You know who also gets fucked over in this anti-trans nonsense? All these ugly bitches sitting behind Donald Trump. Who the fuck do you think is gonna get fucking clocked, quote unquote, when everyone is suspected of being fucking trans? I hate this shit. It's like Ben Shapiro talking about how fucking masculine he is. No, dog. No. You're gonna get transvestigated, Ben. All right, let's get back to this awful reality of Donald Trump writing yet another executive order specifically designed to shit on 0.1% of the population. Not even 0.1. It's just like the smallest subsect of the population, specifically being cruel for no reason other than the fact that, you know, it's a great distraction for a bunch of dumbass Americans.
So many people. So in recent years, the radical left has waged an all-out campaign to erase the very concept of biological sex and replace it with a militant transgender ideology. You've heard a little bit about this, haven't you, huh? Just a little bit? Does anybody agree with them? No. Would be not a good thing to say yes right here. Female athletes have been forced onto the front lines, and men claiming to be girls have stolen more than 3,500 victories. That's a lot. And invaded more than 11,000 competitions designed for women. Last year, a male cyclist posing as a woman competed in the 800-mile Arizona trail race and obliterated the women's course record by nearly 5.5 hours. And who could forget last year's Paris Olympics, where a male boxer stole the women's gold medal after brutalizing his female opponent so viciously that she had to forfeit just after 46 seconds, and she was a championship fighter. And actually, they had two women or two people that transitioned, and both of them won gold medals, and they won them very convincingly. But all of that ends today because with this executive order, the war on women's sports is over.
It's crazy. Asmongold thinks it's amazing. This is what I mean. This is what I mean. This is who this bill is for. Asmongold. A person who doesn't leave his fucking house, who does not give a shit, who's never going to encounter a trans person, okay? Like, what the fuck? It's just a messaging bill. It's not that big. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. People don't understand it. They think this is like, oh my God, incredible legislative, what an incredible legislative agenda. This is for people, and not Asmongold, because he's rich, but this is for people who watch Asmongold, whose lives are shit, okay? They're poor as fuck. They hate their fucking jobs. And they are desperately looking for a reason as to why everything sucks. Otherwise, they're going to fucking kill themselves, okay? And Donald Trump extends a lifeline to these dipshits, okay? He tells them, you know why shit sucks? Not because of your fucking boss. Not because of your dumbass job. Not because of how awful everything is, okay? Not because of how unaffordable things are. Everything sucks because there are 19 trans athletes in the entire nation. And this is all done to serve this purpose of distraction. But there are still thousands of people that will be harmed in this process. Not because they can't enjoy high school athletics or whatever, okay? But because this agenda is straight up seeking out random people who are not harming anybody at the behest of making people like this happy. 19 mentally ill man pretending to be a woman. They're like, you don't understand it, and that's fine, okay? Here's where I draw the line, though. You don't understand it, but then you make it everybody else's problem. And it's so funny because, like, it just sucks. This administration sucks in very meaningful ways and in very glaringly obvious ways as well. And seemingly, though, no one is tasked or interested in actually fighting back against it. And the most pathetic fucking losers, who have absolutely nothing in their lives, get great pleasure out of this kind of domination. Because weak people love when other vulnerable people, even more vulnerable, more marginalized people get dunked on. It makes them feel strong. Weak people feel strong when the systems are dominating others. They love punching down. I will never understand it. It is not something that I comprehend. It is not something that I can understand. Like, celebrating a move like this is so fucking stupid. And before everybody does these 7 million fucking think pieces about biological males in high school sports is devastating, Hasan, Once again, there's like 10 of them, man. Having this much conversation around 10 fucking people, you think it's you? Do you really think it's that pressing of an issue? Or do you think they're just using this to, you know, change your focus a little bit? You're an absolute fucking moron. There are more congresspersons that vote on bills like this than there are trans athletes. Like, they don't touch your shit at all. They're not a part of your life. They're not ruining your life. They're not doing anything. And because we are a bunch of weak-willed men, because we're a bunch of fucking weak men, we love the prospect of dominating those who are less fortunate than we are. Okay? That's all we got. That's all we got in our hearts is hatred. Okay? Hatred born out of our own vulnerabilities, our own weaknesses. We're so fucking sad and pathetic. We recognize that shit sucks and we don't have any solutions for it. So we just sit around and cross our fingers and hope that the God King Donald Trump dominates our enemies that we've imagined. So fucking stupid. Meanwhile, you know who also gets fucked over in this anti-trans nonsense? All these ugly bitches sitting behind Donald Trump. Who the fuck do you think is gonna get fucking clocked, quote unquote, when everyone is suspected of being fucking trans? I hate this shit. It's like Ben Shapiro talking about how fucking masculine he is. No, dog. No. You're gonna get transvestigated, Ben. Is it Ben or is it you? I don't know what we're doing here. You can't fucking abide by this rigid binary that doesn't fucking exist when it comes to gender. Anyway, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was actually very misogynistic of me. I should have used better language. Instead of saying these ugly bitches, I should have said a lot of TERFs are incredibly clocky, because it's true. And they weirdly think like, oh no, I'm cis. If we eradicate all trans people, no one will suspect me of being trans ever again. And it's like, no, they won't, because it has nothing to do with this designation, okay? And it has everything to do with misogyny. But you're too fucking stupid to understand that, okay? Not because you're a woman, just because you're a Republican, just so you understand. You're too stupid to understand that this has nothing to do with like hating trans people in particular. A lot of the anti-trans rhetoric and anti-trans sentiment revolves around misogyny still. Yeah, so have fun. You can have penis inspection day for your daughters now. Next time you got a dominant athlete in the family, the fathers from the next town over can come over and say, your daughter's got a fucking dick, dog. And guess what? In a state like Kansas or Ohio, they can make some sort of legal enforcement surrounding that sort of thing. So now you can have the pedophile PE teacher, the pedophile gym teacher, check your daughter's pussy. Sick. Who the fuck do you think gets harmed in that situation? Okay? It's called Penis Inspection Day. Who do you think gets harmed in that situation? The 19 trans athletes or the tens of thousands, if not millions, of cis girls that are participating in athletic endeavors? My point is, anti-trans shit is completely unnecessary, greatly overemphasized. People make it seem as though it's the most pressing issue on the fucking planet when it's not. And then they don't realize that like the mechanisms of enforcement are unnecessarily restrictive for all people. And considering that there are statistically less trans people, then yeah, you're most likely going to end up harming a bunch of cis women in the process of enforcement. What? Have you ever considered going back in the closet? Is what one chatter asked me. The closet for what? What? Have genuinely considered going back in the closet is getting too scary? What is it called? Boy moding? I misunderstood. No, chatter was saying that about themselves. I'm sorry, dude. Or lady. Or the emperor. Listen, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Oh, God. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know. We just got to take care of each other. But anyway, look, there's still motherfuckers talking about, oh my Lord. There's still motherfuckers talking about like matchups in sports. Brother, they are going to, I don't want to say anything. I'm not. I'm done. Nobody gives a fuck about fairness. Nobody cares about fucking sports. Shut the fuck up. It's just a way to offer permission structure to shit on trans people. That's it, dude. That's it. It's fucking irrelevant, okay? It is fucking irrelevant. It is utterly irrelevant. Trans people do not exist in the field of sports. let alone exist as a domineering force. You are fucking mentally deficient if you think this is a real issue. I have lost my fucking mind at this point after literally almost a decade of Joe Rogan infused conversations, greatly overemphasizing the magical, mystical deities that are trans athletes, trans women athletes specifically. Holy fuck, dude. People unironically sit around and assume that trans people are just like the most dominant forces, and yet they just get owned all the fucking time. It's just ridiculous. And I've been fucking pushing this. It's ridiculous nonsense for the longest time. It don't matter. This is a complete waste of government resources, such a major issue. Oh yeah, that's a great point too. Trans people dominate in the field of sports, but they suck at being troops. They must not work in the military because they're the worst. They're the worst troops of all time. And at a certain point, you have to realize they're just saying they want to fucking kill trans people, okay? They want to forcibly detransition trans people and maybe perhaps kill them, okay? Or, have them kill themselves in the process. That's it. That's the fucking goal. The goal is to stop trans people from existing. Now, it doesn't matter if you don't understand it, okay? It doesn't matter if you don't know a single trans person that you care about. Mind your fucking business. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck would this ever be a pressing issue in your mind? Why would this ever be top of mind? Why would this ever be something that you care about? Okay? This is an issue entirely dedicated to trans people. They care about this issue because this is about destroying them. This is about killing them. And also, this is an issue dedicated entirely to the likes of the hyper-fixated transphobic weirdos. But it doesn't make sense. On the one hand, trans people are incredibly dominant athletes in sports, and they're fucking owning, and they're killing everybody out there. And on the other hand, they're terrible at, being in the military.
And we also have the World Cup coming, which is going to be fantastic. And we have, as you know, very importantly, 250 years coming. That's a big one next year, so that's a very big one. But in Los Angeles in 2028, my administration will not stand by and watch men beat and batter female athletes, and we're just not going to let it happen, and it's going to end, and it's ending right now, and nobody's going to be able to do a damn thing about it, because when I speak, we speak with authority. And for the same reason, just to make sure.
The point always is, what does this got to do with the price of eggs? Okay? What does this got to do with fixing the price of eggs? And the answer is everything, okay? The answer is everything. Because the more he does this shit, the more your dumbass parents won't pay attention to the fact that the price of eggs is only going up and it's not going down. They go, hey, you know what? They did the trans thing, and that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like the administration is doing stuff. That's it. That's it. That's all this is.
Riley was a 12-time All-American. Well, that's pretty good. 12-time All-American.
Yeah, and we're celebrating the biggest fucking losers like this Riley chick. Oh, my God, I hate her.
Sacrificed countless hours in the pool just for a chance at the title. It's so important to her. She gave up everything and just gave everything she had. But then
this fucking loser, this dumbass loser she tied for 5th place 7 fucking years ago. Give it up. I swear to God. She would have literally killed herself if it wasn't for the goddamn Republican grift that is oh so sweet. Oh my God. Being a Republican is the most annoying thing you can be. I swear to God. You know why it's one of the most annoying things? This is exactly what liberals do that I fucking hate. Okay? Constantly cry in the smarmiest, most moralistic ways you can fucking imagine. Just constantly being like, I am so passionate about this issue because I'm a fucking loser. That's all this is. Bitch, you lost to 4 fucking cis women. What are you talking about? God damn. What a dickhead. I gotta stop using the word bitch in general. I hate this. I'm sorry. Once again, the fucking TERFs and the swerves are gonna come after my asshole. They're gonna literally dissect my asshole. It's normal to say the B word. I know, but even though it is a gender non-specific term, using it towards women, especially when criticizing a bunch of fucking rabid TERFs, is not appropriate, because all those TERFs are going to turn around and be like,
look at this fucking sexist pig man who needs to be killed. He just likes men so much. That's why he likes trans women too. Blah, 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 blah.
It's just at worst, aside from giving a pass to misogyny, which is not appropriate, and I shouldn't be doing that, it also literally allows my fucking dumbest enemies of all time an opportunity to act like they're actually on the progressive side of history for wanting to kill trans people. I just hate how big of a fucking
And also
loser.
the dozens of members of the House and Senate and governors that we, attorney generals, so many people, and the people outside that can't even get in. This room is packed, and I offered to build a ballroom. I'm very good at building ballrooms. I build beautiful ballrooms.
You know what it
And I
is? You know what it
actually
is?
offered to-
It's just like loser shit. That's what really pisses me off. Yeah, a bunch of those ugly ladies with the overly gummy smiles will get mad at you for saying bitch, so don't say it and make their nasty asses mad. I know.
Cost about $100 million. I offered to do it, and I never heard back. I offered.
You were caught at the Diddy white shirt party, bro. Stop talking. Yeah, totally. Yeah, no, definitely. I was definitely at the Diddy white shirt party, brother. You know what's funny?
Two genders. We have two genders. What might they be?
He has the
Man
proof. He can't
and
post
woman,
it, though.
right? Male and female. Male and female. Can't think of too many others, but it's pretty amazing. I rescinded federal funds to, and this is so important, to any program that promotes transgender ideology using taxpayer dollars. We're not going to do it. We're not going to do it. And last week, I effectively banned the chemical castration and surgical mutilation of minor children. Can you believe I even have to say that? I banned governor. I banned. That's just like, who would ever think we have to even say that? Last week, I banned. And, I'm not allowed to say this politically. It could end my career. They're really beautiful people. These are beautiful people. But like everything else, it's a little bit different today. You're not allowed to say that because if you call a woman or a girl beautiful, that's the end of your career. But let's take a chance on it, Mike. Let's take a chance. If you'd like to gather around me, I think I'm going to be okay. Come on. Come on. Secret Service is worried about them. If we have to worry about them, we have big problems.
You just gave a bunch of children Sharpies. Great. It's crazy to frame this as protecting men from women from a dude who was found liable for rape and got caught on camera lying about it. Dude, conservatives love doing that shit. They love harming women and then turning around and making it seem like the only way to fucking protect women is by shitting on trans women. Anyway.